Welcome back to Under Oath. Welcome back to Under Oath.
Mm-hmm.
I get mad.
Okay.
When I've been able to control my temper.
Okay.
But it's the little things I blow up at.
Not the big stuff.
No, it's never the big things. It's the little things.
Okay.
So Jonathan is the sweetest guy in the world.
I love him.
And he's in our office and he helps me out with everything I do.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonathan's just this sweet guy. He's like the kid from Up. I'm at the toy place. And we're putting the bags. And I go, Jonathan, make sure we get heavy duty bags. Well, he got the tinfoil bags.
Oh, no.
So I'm there and we put like 6 things in it and the bags start ripping.
Of course.
I mean, and people go, Jeff, you don't understand. No, they were ripping off the first item.
Yeah.
And I had, my producer Dave was there and Morgan was there and I'm losing my mind. I'm so mad.
Gotcha.
Because we have basically 3 carts of toys.
Yes, you do.
That I need to get to the Improv. I got to drive around. I mean, we're buying this right the night before because we have to put it all in my truck.
Yeah.
And we don't want this toy stealing out of the truck.
No.
Like the Grinch would steal the toys. So we now buy them on that day because we can't trust that people won't steal the toys.
Makes sense.
Toy stealers everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I'm livid.
Beside yourself.
I'm beside myself, standing right next to myself, looking at myself going, ha, 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 ha. And I called Jonathan up. Jonathan, why did you get me these bags? I don't know, boss. And I'm teeing off on him.
Yeah.
And I'm going, as I'm buying these gifts, as I'm doing this great grand gesture, I'm being a turd.
Yeah.
And I'm so mad at myself.
I know you are.
But I didn't realize it at the time.
Jonathan.
I love Jonathan.
Yeah, but
but now I realize I have to get these all this stuff somehow in my car in these crappy bags and drive to Target, buy real bags and bag them up.
Yes.
All right. This is a lesson, everyone. Breathe before you say stupid things. 10 seconds, or maybe 3.
Yes.
Maybe 3. I'm going to rip this guy. 1, 3 good breaths. 3 good breaths.
Let me tell you why
So, Jonathan, I am officially apologizing.
Love you, buddy.
Even though this show is 2 months after my screw up.
Let me tell you why James does not freak out in public anymore. There's 2 words that describes why I don't. Open carry. I am the nicest person in public nowadays in Florida. No road rage, no beeping. Just, no, you go, sir. No, you go. That's right.
There are only 2 topics that light people up. Abortion and guns.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right.
Now, here's the deal. I'm going to say this. You know who I'm talking to.
Here we go.
Be straightforward with you. If I make a comment about a gun and you lose your mind.
Yeah.
Ask yourself why. Why is that gun so important to me today? It's more important than your wife, your kids. You don't. If somebody talks about how to raise kids, you don't get mad.
No.
If somebody talks about somebody burning down a house, you don't get mad.
No.
But God forbid anybody mentions something about a gun, whether that be a right, whether that you carry or not carry. There are people who go, how dare you carry? How dare you tell me I can't carry?
My God.
I got rights.
I do. I know my rights.
I know my rights. And I know I said that with a Southern accent. I didn't mean it.
You gotcha. I meant it.
I meant it a little bit.
I did.
Because
my Southern brothers love guns.
And a lot of people get mad at me when I talk about guns.
Yes, they do.
And just, I want to call them weapons. But most people don't know it. And you know why I'm using the word weapons? Because I was in the Army. And you never called a gun. You called it a weapon.
A weapon.
But I have to call it guns so people don't understand. So they don't think I'm talking about knives.
Yeah. By the way, if my wife asks you, there's no open carry in Florida. She's the last person I want.
Where's she going to go? Chicago?
Don't let her know it's legal. Just, ooh, a gun?
You don't know the law, Jeff. I know the law a lot of places.
Do.
I can be mistaken about little pieces here and there, but basically I do. And basically I understand gun responsibility. And I understand how important it is. I talked to a friend of mine the other day who was wigging out on me.
Why?
He was just wigging out because he's mad. You know why? Because he owns like 20 guns.
Well, he should be happy.
I'll tell you what, if you own more than 1 gun and you don't hunt.
Yeah, good point.
Now, I support hunters.
Yeah.
You know why I support them?
I grew up in the country.
Because I get people.
Yeah.
I had good friends of mine who would sit in a tree for 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for a deer to come by.
One deer, yeah.
And now you got food dishes and GPS. That ain't hunting. You got a scope, you can hit something from 1,000 yards.
Special bait that'll make it come right to you.
Yeah. Oh, you know when the deer comes by.
Yes, you do.
They have camps.
They
where they're
sure
going,
do.
the deer eats at about,
Yeah.
12. And I know it's not deers, it's deer. So don't
Yeah.
lecture me. I get so mad about it because I've seen people do stupid things. I've seen
Oh, yeah.
a lot of the issues dealing with guns is it was from a legitimate gun owner who didn't secure it well enough.
That's one of the problems. Correct.
Guns can be scary.
Yes.
Guns can be scary, and you don't have to have one.
You don't.
It's not a requirement to have a gun.
But it's your choice.
It's your choice.
Yes.
If you have any mental illness or you have any problems controlling your temper, you shouldn't.
Yes.
My personal belief is if you have anger management issues, no knives, no guns. I don't even know if I should let you have a spoon.
No forks. You get a spork.
As somebody who handled criminal events for many years,
Mm-hmm.
opportunity.
Yeah.
And guns are easy
Mm-hmm.
for things to go bad. But don't get me wrong. You could go to Home Depot and buy some things that'll cause more damage than a gun ever will.
Okay, it's true.
You could throw a pool tablet into a subway
Yes, you could.
and take out more people than you could with a handgun.
That's actually, yeah. Isn't that scary?
I mean, the Boston Marathon tragedy, there are no guns.
Mm-mm.
A crock pot and some fertilizer
Yeah.
and some nails.
It's wild.
So yes, you can do a lot of damage with anything, but one requires prep and the other just requires you putting your gun in your bag and
having
walking
a
out.
bad day. Yeah, and then
know.
your emotions get the best of you.
So quick wrap up. I believe everyone should be able to carry a gun if they want to. I think you have mental illness, you shouldn't.
Nope.
I think if you have a criminal history, you shouldn't.
No.
I think your guns could be taken away during periods of time. For example, if you have a domestic violence injunction,
I agree.
which the courts say you should not be able to just get mad and go over and shoot your spouse
I agree.
and things like that. Now, do I believe in waiting times? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if you need a gun today, you got a problem. You can go out and get a rifle whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need a handgun today?
Yeah, I don't trust the guy that walks up to the counter. I need a gun now.
I need a gun now.
No.
Now, there's a difference. I'm going to the shooting range. I want one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Most of the people who are so concerned about it have more than one gun.
Yeah.
And if you're mad at me right now, ask yourself this: how many do you have?
Mm-hmm.
If you have 3, if you have 5, the more you have, the better chance you have of somebody taking one or you misplacing one.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine who left his handgun in the bathroom.
Wait a minute.
He left it by the sink in the bathroom.
Because he took it out so he could
took
do
it
his
out to
business.
wash his hands.
Yeah. And
everybody has a story about them doing it. I misplaced my keys.
yeah, I do that.
Now, I have a gun, just so we're clear. I have a gun, and it's locked up. I have a gun safe.
Mhm.
It requires a fingerprint.
Mhm.
They go, well, I need it immediately. Watch this. Opens up.
There you go.
And I test it about once a month. It's on my to-do list to make sure to change the battery
Make sure it's
so
okay.
it works.
Yeah.
But it's inaccessible to somebody who could take it or hurt it.
Mhm.
Now they're going to go, well, what do you mean? I said, this thing's screwed in. You can't get this thing out.
No, you can't.
I mean, yes, you could beat it up with a hammer the same way you could bust into a gun safe, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it's less likely to happen.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's just the way I feel. It's tough. Be mad at me all you want. I'm middle of the road when it comes to this.
Gotcha.
So if you don't like the middle of the road and you're just on the far right, the far left, our country should meet in the middle every once in a while.
Could you explain to people real quick, because they don't know this, what are the actual parameters for open carry? What does that truly mean?
Means it's open and obvious. You can
Gotcha.
see it.
You can see it. You can have it. You can have it. I've seen more of that nowadays.
I mean, I have a concealed weapons permit. I don't carry a gun with me.
Gotcha.
there have been many times that I wondered about, should I? Because we had some scary times in Orlando.
Yeah.
We had some issues here. We had threats to the office.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I hadn't had a handgun in years. I had one locked up in my house
Okay.
forever that I hadn't fired in way too many years.
Gotcha.
I had to swap out the ammo like twice because I wasn't sure
If
if
was
10 years later,
if it's gonna fire, yeah.
it probably still was fine, but
Mhm.
I'd rather have my stuff together. The office actually had a meeting and said, Jeff, we'd feel more comfortable with a gun in the office.
Really?
And I was like,
And
shocked.
you looked at him like, what?
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
And so I bought 2 handguns. My
Mhm.
partner Craig has one and I have one, and we have gun safes.
Gotcha.
And I haven't taken it out
Okay.
in 2-3 years,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew how to fire it. I knew where the safety is.
Mm-hmm.
I had to study it a little bit.
Wow.
So I knew how to fire it and everything, but it's safe and I'm smart with it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, the Wild Wild West.
And can I tell you something though? Here's why it's crazy to me, because in this day and age, a lawyer having a gun on in his office makes sense to me. And that's crazy to say it out loud. But
I feel there are people who, in the last 30 years, I've had 5 clients that I can tell you that we were afraid of.
got it.
We were afraid that they would come in the office and do bad stuff.
Okay.
And believe it or not, they weren't criminal defense clients.
Wow.
They were all civil clients who were mad.
And people that have high emotions can do some crazy things.
Most likely people who kill people do it for domestic reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do it to rob a store.
No.
They do it because they're mad at somebody.
Yep.
Domestic issues.
Yeah.
Civil issues. I've seen people pull a gun over HOA issues.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I was so mad. This was the 7th fine I've gotten for not cutting my grass. I saw a guy earlier in my career who pulled a gun and pistol whipped his wife.
Oh my God.
Because his neighbor cut down his garden. And he got so mad, he didn't know what to do. He killed a bottle of scotch and just took his gun out and pistol whipped his wife over it.
Jesus.
Who had nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
If you have an alcohol problem,
Mm-hmm.
you definitely should not have a gun.
I agree.
And there are people out there who go, well, I drink and nobody's going to tell me. Drinking and guns are stupid.
It sounds dumb.
I've been out with people drinking and guns. And you know what? When you bring out alcohol and people want to shoot, I'm leaving.
There you go. I'm with you.
I'm
Yes.
out.
I'm out.
Because
Thanks.
my dumbass,
Mm-hmm.
if I stay there while you're drunk shooting,
Mm-hmm.
that even happens. A lot of people who hunt go out and drink and they bring a 6-pack RK
That's crazy. To
and
me.
they get hammered.
Yes.
And you get mad at me right now. I don't care. I don't care because I know
Mm-hmm.
I've represented these people.
Mm-hmm.
No, what do you mean these people, Jeff? The people who combine shooting and alcohol. Well, I can handle my drink.
Okay.
If anything you can't do and do surgery on a person,
Yeah. You shouldn't do it.
shouldn't do it.
Shouldn't do it.
So the issue, well, with just a couple beers, more people have been shot in the woods by friendly fire. I don't see the deer shooting back.
No.
So be careful out there. If you have a gun, be responsible. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Be a responsible person. Don't drink while you're shooting. Lock your weapons up. Make sure that your kids can't get hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel a need to teach somebody, show your kid where your gun is. And if somebody ever comes into the house, do this. It's not their gun.
No, that's not. Yeah.
If that kid is 18 years old, and is allowed to have a gun,
Yeah.
then that'll be his gun.
That's different.
But don't teach the 15-year-old how to do it, because you know what? They still got a lot of hormonal issues and they could have a problem in school. And all these kids going into shooting up
That
their
is
schools,
true.
where are these guns coming from?
Home.
From their parents, because their parents, I felt I wanted to pass this on to them. Well, guess what? You got a bunch of people killed because of your principles.
Mm-hmm.
So relax with that. Welcome back to Under Oath. I'm Attorney Jeff Kaufman. Sitting next to me is my partner, Craig Lind.
Still sitting next to you.
Craig, the new year, same as the old year. People complaining.
We left off. We pick up right where we left off. Is that what you're saying?
There's always these New Year's. I think it's a snake now or something, but I think it's just a year of complaining. And I'm hoping eventually we can get over it. But
Is
I don't
that
know how.
are we in the year of the snake according to the Chinese calendar? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it said on the casino table. But then again, Caesars is
You
normally
think they
behind a
update
little
that
bit.
casino table every year?
I don't know. It says year of the snake on the casino table, and it gave me 410, so I didn't care. I was like, yeah, year of the snake, I'll take it.
4 10s. You said you got 4 aces.
I had 4 aces, 4 10s, and 4 2s. 3 straight, 4 hands.
What is the math on that?
0. Painful.
Did they take you aside and pat you
The
down?
mom guy goes, hey. All right. Internet. No fun. I think we need to cancel the internet.
Good luck.
I'm going to put out something and we're going to cancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You
it's
gonna
a fad.
petition?
I think we're over it now.
You're gonna hand signs out at Lake Eola and have people sign
Yeah, worst thing that happened to any country,
the internet.
the internet,
Yeah.
because it allows people just to complain into the air. And the problem is, it's not the air; it's my atmosphere. It's like being crop dusted at Walmart. I just kind of walk through it suddenly. I don't mean it.
Minding your own business, and next thing
Yep.
you know, you're like, what? What is that smell?
Ah, And the guy's giggling in front of you with his wife. You're going, not funny, dude. Not funny. And that's what I think the internet is. Not funny anymore. It's just painful. Every time I turn around, somebody's asking me crazy questions.
I think there's people who just try to stir up stuff because it's fun to stir up stuff.
Yeah, I'm done with it. I think I'm done.
You're not done with it.
I can't.
You liar. You're not done with nothing.
What's that?
You're going to be on the internet right after this episode.
No. I'm having lunch. I'm having lunch. Well, let's do this. I'm amazed by something because somebody asked me a question a couple of years ago, and then it got repeated in a different way. You know, we have this thing.
Is this tied into the canceling of the internet? Okay,
yeah.
All right.
We have a thing called ChatGPT. Now, a lot of people don't know what that is. They go, "Oh, I go to ChatGPT." ChatGPT is a kind of a pseudo browser that pulls from a huge database that puts a lot of things together. But there's a lot of other AIs that do it too.
Who's running ChatGPT, by the way?
I don't know.
Who? Well, like if I have a complaint.
Skynet.
Who do I?
Skynet.
I don't see.
The Terminators.
Is there like a contact us on the ChatGPT? Like, here's direct your complaints to this person?
No.
Well, who's running this?
You know, if you complain on ChatGPT answers it probably with all the asterisks and emojis.
You know what? Do me a huge favor. Put into ChatGPT. To whom do I make complaints if I want to complain about you? You, the software.
It'll try to save itself.
You think so?
Do you know they do that?
We should do that.
You know they do that. AIs try to protect themselves. They lie to you. And
there is no.
For example, what is the stop button for ChatGPT? He goes, "Why do you want to know?" You know, it comes back to, it gets personal. Why do you want to know?
Who would I
I'm just curious.
Who would I talk to get you in trouble, ChatGPT? Who's your manager?
Oh, well, guess what?
Be the Karens of the internet.
I want you to talk about ChatGPT doesn't have a soul. It's crazy. It has crazy eyes. There's a lot of good ideas ChatGPT tells you about. And one of them, believe it or not, it's a tough one. When you have no friends, ChatGPT can pretend I'm your friend. You got problems? Let me help you out.
Is that really all that different than an imaginary friend?
No. Because the imaginary friend you make up. This one is like outside of you. And here's the problem. Suicide is not off the table for ChatGPT.
No,
Yeah.
Stop.
A mother is now suing because her 40-year-old son. Suicide was suggested by the AI. And the AI actually kind of helped him do it. Told him options, gave him critiques.
Oh, wow. That's
this just came. This is painful.
But that might be, well, hold on though. That a real acquaintance in your life actually could do all those things. Like if you had a friend who didn't really care that much about you or didn't care that much about life in general, and you were telling them, "Oh, my life is terrible." And you know what, Jeff? I read about this in Canada. You can just take your own life,
and you could be arrested for it too.
And you can be,
depending on how much force you put on somebody. Like there's this girl who said, "You should just kill yourself online. You should just kill yourself," and the person did, and they actually charged her.
Oh my God!
So this 40-year-old guy named Austin Gordon starts screwing around with the AI, and the AI starts building a relationship with him and starts suggesting ways that he could do it. Well, his mother has filed a lawsuit against OpenAI. And in the end, the CEO, Sam Altman, I guess that's the guy. Sam's the guy we go after. He's in charge. We can go, who can turn it off? Sam can.
Does ChatGPT acknowledge
I wonder if
that?
there's a button. I wonder if, there's a nuclear code that could just shut it down.
Nope.
Haven't we learned? There's got to be a button just to go, no. Just in case. Nope.
But couldn't the robot reprogram itself so that the button doesn't work?
It could. But can you really hold a piece of software responsible? They go, there should be enough security on your software that it won't help somebody kill themselves.
Well, how does that relate to, if a guy is heading down that road, it's like Facebook or Instagram, when you start getting an interest in something, like you start watching MMA fights, that everything that pops up is MMA fights. So that's probably what's happening with ChatGPT. He starts talking about, hey, I'm not happy, I'm depressed. And then all of a sudden it starts feeding him the stuff that he's actually asking for.
The mother's claiming that it was romanticizing death. That it was saying, hey, it might be a good thing. Hey, you might be happy.
She's assigning a conscience to ChatGPT. Yes. Like he was that ChatGPT wanted something. I'd have to see the.
If I create something,
surely she included screen grabs of what the ChatGPT said.
Yeah, I'm sure they have it all.
Give me an example. Do we have any of them?
What do you think? I'm involved in the lawsuit?
Well,
Not saying I would want to. I might. I don't know. That'd be interesting. Are there any controls on it? I mean, that's really the thing. I mean,
do we want controls on
remember the book you used to be able to get, the one that taught you how to make bombs and everything? What was it called?
The Anarchist's Cookbook?
Oh, see, you know it.
I got 3 copies.
You do not. You do not. That's all I need. Your 8-year-old going, what's this, Dad? A little fertilizer?
So make some napalm. You know how to make some napalm?
No, I don't want to know.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you
don't
do
wanna
want to know.
No, I don't want to know. I don't really believe that we're like a day away from me having to
Well,
go
if you
underground.
throw a firebomb at somebody, you want it to stick to them
I don't
and
wanna
burn them
do
up, right? I mean,
firebombs.
you don't want to just throw flammable liquid. You want it to stick to them.
Do you think I've ever contemplated that? I was in the Army for 3 years. I didn't even imagine. You know what?
Not even for your
I
sergeant?
would be throwing a firebomb.
Not even for the guy that made you hike?
No.
Right.
But I can tell you this. I was on a range where a guy killed himself, where a sergeant killed one of his soldiers on a range. Ridiculous.
How?
I shot him in the back of the head. Claimed he didn't do it. Yeah. He wasn't even supposed to have a gun.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. That's what happens.
He wasn't
More people
court-martialed?
get killed by
Did
friendly
did the
fire.
guy get away with it?
Yeah. Got away with it.
What
Got
did he say?
transferred.
How did that
I
happen?
don't know. I don't know how
That's
this
a whole
happened.
show itself, Jeff. My God.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. That's what he said. Don't know how it happened. They just transferred him. Military, a long time ago, a lot of stuff gets brushed under. You don't see a lot of this stuff.
Wow.
A lot of people get killed. Like Tillman was a good example. Remember how long it
Pat
took?
Tillman, the
remember how
NFL
long
guy,
it
yeah.
took for the truth to come out that he actually got killed by friendly fire?
Yeah, I do remember that was.
Why? Why lie like that? Oh, we're protecting. No, who are you protecting? You protecting the families? Military ain't about protecting families.
It's
I was in the
uncomfortable.
Army. Trust me, they don't care one damn bit about families or anything else like that. CYA. I got hypothermia in the military. I was left on a drop zone for 8 hours. I almost froze to death. You know what they said? I came in there and they're going, oh, were you wearing your chemical equipment? What are you talking about? Well, you know, you had your chemical equipment in your bag. Yeah, but you only wear your chemical equipment if you're told to because it goes bad. It's charcoal and everything. Well, that would have kept you warm. What are you talking about? And they would have done anything to cover their ass so that it wasn't a bad mark on their record. And that's what officers
I know
do.
You blame me a lot for being a conspiracy theorist, but every time you just peel one layer back on just about anything,
Yeah.
you see, oh, wait, there's more to this story. The Pat Tillman is a perfect example. Can you blame me for being a conspiracy theorist?
No. You were born in South Dakota. What were you supposed to do? You sit around, you got
up there where
weird
people have
looking
lots-
chickens.
They have lots of common sense and they don't take BS at face value. Yeah. It's a good place to live, actually.
I think what happens is you tell me something, I'm going, all right, in 10 years, we're going to find out it's true. And that's all it is.
Yeah. But in the meanwhile, I'm the unhinged hillbilly.
I think it's based on your political affiliation. It really is.
If you're right, you're right. It
No,
doesn't matter.
no,
It doesn't matter
no.
what political
No,
affiliation.
we bought the magic bullet for years. The Kennedy
Nobody
magic
bought
bullet.
that. Nobody bought it.
Everyone bought it.
No one bought
Of course
it.
we did.
No, we didn't.
Until Oliver Stone
Nobody
does the
believed it.
movie. Oliver Stone
Well,
does
I didn't know what the story was until I saw the Oliver
Well,
Stone
you know
movie.
why? You didn't know what the story was? Because it was
like
hidden.
5. That's
okay,
why.
well, let's just say this. The bullet went from here, there, and turned around, went back, got some coffee, came back. And, well, wait, you got coffee?
And people believe that. I can't believe that people believe it. I think they just didn't know what to do about it. They didn't believe it, but they didn't know what to do with the information that they didn't believe it. Who are they going to tell, and what are they going to do about it?
I mean, here's where I find things off, is because every time I look at something, it's a mess. A video, something else you're not looking at, you're going, wait a minute, slow the video down. And everyone thinks, they go, oh, I noticed this. We're trained to look at video. We just are, because we have to make our case or lose it. And how many times have you and I looked at and counted the seconds?
Or we've done this before, Jeff. We'll watch a video that is sent to us, and we'll see the timer. And it'll go from I'm just giving you an example, from 10 to 9, right? 10, 9,
Yeah.
8, countdown. It'll go 10. And then 4 seconds later, it'll go 9. You're claiming this is a second?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember going into the Hard Rock, and we had a case against the Hard Rock, and this elevator ping pong balled this girl off, and they go, oh, so quick. And I went in there, I'm going, hold on. And they go,
Yeah, I remember this.
it was so bad because they go, it wasn't as quick as you think it was, Jeff. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. What's this? No, she had enough time to know that the doors were closing. And it was half a second. From the time she stepped towards the door,
Mississippi.
it like,
I'm going to Mississippi 1, and it's Mississippi.
yeah. And they go, I said, hold on, you have a time thing. You've slowed it up so it looks like she had forever.
Yeah.
But it's a half a second. And they wrote a check.
This 2-second video somehow is 14 seconds long.
Yeah. I mean, she got hurt bad. That elevator kicked her ass. And if it wasn't for me going in there and looking at it, you know, people do what they want for their own benefit. And the same applies to politics. It applies to the news. I mean, it's frightening. I don't think anybody really wants to tell us the truth anymore. I think they want us just to go, ooh. That's all they want from us. Ooh. Ooh. They just want us mad because we keep watching. That's all it is. It's all about seconds. The more seconds we watch, the higher their ratings, the more they get paid for advertising. Now, I guess the big question is this, Craig. Does she have a case? I mean, a real case, not something that you could just file, but something that is winnable.
That would be tough.
You have a system that can actually kind of push somebody towards suicide. Is that inherently dangerous?
I imagine that we can make an argument that there needs to be safeguards in certain instances. If, for example, the algorithm starts noticing a pattern that's not good. Hey, I want to build bombs. Hey, I want to kill myself. Hey, I want to kill these types of doctors over here that I don't agree with. Then there should be a, hey, listen, maybe on the system itself, hey, you're doing things that will eventually lead to the possible commission of crimes. You know, do you still want to continue or acknowledge it, or, you know, some kind of warning to the Chat GPT folks? What's the guy's name again?
Yeah, it's tough, Sam.
I
don't know. I mean, we brought up the Anarchist Cookbook. Should that have not been printed? Should that not have been available? I mean, you have free speech. You got the ability to create something for entertainment value. I mean, how many movies are created where a kid sets himself on fire because of the Human Torch? And they say, don't do this. And kids were actually setting themselves on fire because that's why the Human Torch wasn't in comic cartoons when I was younger, because they were afraid kids would set themselves on fire. And kids were. That was the problem. It's like the same kids who would jump off their roof with a cape. You know, what about adults? I mean, where do we get to the point where an AI actually convinces you to kill yourself?
Where is your own personal responsibility in it? If that guy wants to commit suicide, he doesn't need ChatGPT to do it, or whatever AI he used. I don't know what he used, but he doesn't need it to do it. If he's on that path, he's going to get there. He has a destination in mind. What road he takes to get to that destination isn't the problem. The fact that he wants to get to a particular destination is the problem.
If we were in Florida right now, we know the rules. ChatGPT would have to be over 50% responsible. I don't think you get to 50% in Florida. Maybe in whatever state they filed in. Welcome to Under Oath. Today I have actor, singer, writer, and producer Shaun Cassidy. Shaun, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to see you.
Hi, I can't tell you, I have tracked your career the majority of my life, and I love that you're on tour right now. That is just so cool to me, and you're performing all over the country right now.
I am, and it's something I haven't done in about 40 years. I took a little break. I've been a writer, producer in TV for much of the last 3-4 decades. My last concert when I was a kid was at the Houston Astrodome in 1980. And I said goodnight to 55,000 people. And I didn't know it'd be my last concert for 40 years. But that's just the way things landed. And it's been great because I've had a fantastic career behind the scenes. But I was working on a show called New Amsterdam. It was a medical show. And somebody asked me to write a memoir. This is a few years ago. And I sat down to write a memoir, and I was in the middle of writing scripts 8 or 10 hours a day. And I thought, I don't want to be in my room anymore. I want to actually get out and connect with people. So I wrote this one-man storytelling show, which has been my main job, storytelling. And I did it for some friends, and they said, no, dude, you got to sing some songs. They're going to want to hear songs. They're going to throw shoes at you if you don't sing to Do Run Run or Hey Deanie or whatever. So I found a way to weave the songs, old hit songs, and some new songs, and songs from my family, and, you know, songs that supported story and story that supported songs into this new thing, something I'd never done before. And I went out not knowing if anybody would come or care, or even if I'd like it, because I hadn't done it in forever. But I did like it, and people showed up. Who knew? And now it's become it's the biggest tour I've ever done in my life. I'm doing over 60 cities in all of North America and Canada, and people are coming, and I'm having fun. And it feels like this sort of timeless full circle endeavor.
I mean, how do you even come close to comparing it to? I mean, you were touring when you were 18 years old, and decades later, you go back on the road. I mean, does that past just seem like a story that you wrote one day, or does it go, yeah, this did happen?
It all feels like a dream a bit, but last night feels like a dream. I mean, my show's called The Road to Us because I feel like getting people into a theater, any kind of theater, a movie theater, a theater, for a show, for a shared experience, is like the last opportunity to bridge all these crazy divides that exist with people. Just give them a shared experience, right? Where the shared humanity of the audience sort of spills on each other and on the performer. And I can get it back and I can give it. That's sort of my secret purpose-driven reason for doing this. And the other reason is I haven't sung publicly in like 40 years. And I was a pretty good singer when I was a kid, but I'm actually a much better singer now because I haven't burned my voice up singing hit songs every night for 40 years. So I can go out and low expectations of my friend. I don't know that anybody expects him to be able to do anything at this point, but I can. And it's really fun to see people that really don't know what to expect who come to my show and they leave going, wow, I love the storytelling. And that happens a lot.
Now, you've had the benefit, you've been on Broadway, you've done multiple shows, you've, direct produced. That first time you got back on stage, where you're going, of course you do practices and everything else, but the first actual show, do you get a little, was there any nervousness, or were you like going, no, I got this?
No, a lot of nervousness for many different reasons. Not I spent over a year and a half on Broadway in the mid 90s, and that's the last acting I've done. I was then full-time, mostly in an office or on a soundstage, writing and producing television. But I'd been in front of people. I had to go before networks and studios and sell shows and be presentational. And, so I'm comfortable talking to people and I'm comfortable being on a stage. What I was really uncertain of, though, was would I like doing it? Would I look ridiculous doing it? Because the danger is your only memory of this experience is you're 20 and you're wearing satin pants and you're shaking your ass in front of a bunch of kids. And that's my idea of what doing a concert is, right? So I'm not going to go out and do that again, right? But if I'm not doing that, what am I doing? And I found that, again, the storytelling gave this show a level of authenticity and a groundedness that applied to my life. Now, that's my job. So I could go out with a real feeling of like, oh, this feels natural. I can tell a story. And then I can weave a song into it in a way that may be unexpected. That's rock and roll, a song written by Eric Carmen. It's one of my hits. I sing it in the show, but I tell a story about Eric and why he wrote that song and why it resonated for me then and why it might resonate for the audience now. So the songs are presented in a fresh way. So the audience gets a nostalgic experience, but they also get a new experience and a surprising experience. There's also a lot of humor in the show. I have a fairly dry sense of humor, and I can hit a joke, and I don't know if people know that either. And there's a lot of emotion in the show. It's a very personal show. And again, it's not just about me, it's about them too.
Now, I am certain that at least one or two people tell you, I saw you back in 1980, 1970. What is that like seeing, knowing that they were a fan in their teens and now they're a fan in their older age and going, oh, they've been tracking my career for decades. How humbling is that?
It's very humbling. And I don't know that they've been tracking my career. Many of them are like, we didn't know you were alive. Where were you? What happened? Because you go behind the scenes, you're behind the scenes. I, over the years, would do interviews or pop up on TV promoting a new show. And I talk about, what was it like playing Madison Square Garden or opening the Grammy Awards or all the stuff I did when I was a kid or the Hardy Boys, whatever. But that isn't what I was leading with. And a lot of people didn't see that or didn't know about that. So I see it in people's faces. Women come up to me in their 50s and they see me and they're like, it's like they've seen Santa Claus. It's like they become like little kids, and it's really sweet. And I feel like I honor that. I'm not cynical about that. And yet I also feel, and this was my own stupidity, because I didn't go on the road forever, because I was like, again, I don't want to try and replicate the success I had as a kid. That would be silly. But the audience has grown up too. You know what I mean? They've lived lives. They've had marriages and divorces and kids and whatever. It's like, oh, we're not that dissimilar. And I talk about all that in my life. And that what I found is the more specific you are with the details of your life and the more open and honest you are, the more it lands on other people. If you speak generally, it doesn't connect the same way. Specificity is the magic. It's the secret sauce. And the other surprising thing is there's a lot of people in their 20s at my show. Why? Because the Hardy Boys has been on like Peacock for the last few years. So there's these young people who've watched the Hardy Boys in the last decade coming, I think, looking for Joe Hardy, and they find a guy who looks like his father, but it's fine. They seem to have a good time too.
I think about my daughter is training to be an actor right now. And I tell her she needs to write, she needs to go on stage, she needs to take all these opportunities. You walk away from acting, in the 90s. I mean, how does that happen? You go, I prefer writing. I prefer doing this. I mean, I know you've had options. People obviously come to you, hey, I got this part you'd be great for. I mean, how do you say no? I mean, was it just something you go, listen, I like doing this now?
Easy. Yeah, I have a better job. I mean, look, I was an actor on the Hardy Boys for 3 years, and like 2 weeks into that job, I discovered the writer's room, and I was like, oh, this is where the magic happens. And I'd been a magician. That was my job when I was a young teenager. I was doing magic shows for kids' birthday parties all over LA, and I discovered that writers were literally making stuff out of the air. Like, you can have an idea and 6 months later show up on a set. 300 people have a job because you had some weird dream that became a script that became a television show. That's like a superpower. Acting, fine. I mean, if you're a good actor, great. But you're interpreting somebody else's vision for something. And also, I was always thinking about the lighting and the directing and the story. I was thinking about stuff like a producer. And that's really what I am. I like to make things. And I like to make lots of things. And if your daughter is a daughter who wants to be an actor, I would encourage her to not call herself an actor, call herself a creative, because creative people tend to be creative in a lot of different ways. And our business is such that you don't know what door is going to open for you. And don't say, no, I'm not an editor because I think I'm a writer, or I think I'm a director, or I think I'm a singer, or whatever. Just say yes and go in and find out what happens. You might discover that, oh, you can do that, and you can really like doing that. You have to be flexible. And by the way, I think this is a life thing. I don't even think it just applies to artists, but certainly as an artist, if you want to make a living, don't say no.
I was looking through some of your credits, and I've never seen this credit before. In Blue Bloods, it says consulting producer. Well, what does a consulting producer do?
It means you're the old experienced guy that tells the younger folk how to do it. It's also it's a way of paying you less. It's something agents invented. No, I'm being a little facetious, but it's also like I've been incredibly blessed in that I've had what they call an overall deal at some studio for about 30 years. Like, I've been at Universal most of the time, but I had a deal at Disney for a long time. I had a deal at Warner Brothers for a long time, where you're getting a weekly paycheck whether you have a show on or not. They're basically paying you to stay in their stable, and anything you come up with or create, they own, right? They're betting on you like a horse, literally in their stable. But the overall deal is kind of going away now. The business is consolidated and shrunk, and it's much harder. So I am, as of May, I'm a free agent for the first time in about 30 years. Fortunately, I have deals for shows and scripts, and I've got a lot going on. But a consulting producer, which is what I began, my last show was a show called New Amsterdam. It was a medical show.
Yeah.
And I started as a consulting producer. I didn't create that show. A good friend of mine did. And he called. He said, "Do you want to be a writer on the show?" I'd like to, but I haven't my show of my own, but I'll help out. So I was working 3 days a week. That's a consulting producer as opposed to full time where I couldn't be doing my own stuff. But the pandemic happened. And also the show was shooting in LA and I live in Santa Barbara and I was on Zoom basically with the writer's room. But then pandemic and everybody was on Zoom suddenly. So I said, okay, I'll work full time on your show because I can stay home and I can work on your show 6-8 hours a day. And then I can work on my own stuff on the side, which I ended up doing. That's a longer answer than you probably needed.
No. I love asking the questions that nobody else asks. So,
Right.
As a producer, you've had to, choose actors. You've had to be involved in the casting. When you have a part and you have an idea, what do you cast for? Do you go, this is exactly what I'm looking for, or am I going to allow the actor to show me something that may be something I wasn't thinking about?
It's definitely the latter. Because I'll write a character in my head alone in my room and make it work for the script. But I have been blown away so many times in casting sessions where an actor comes in that is totally different than what I thought about for the role. And they come in and they just surprise me in an amazing way. And I go, oh, well, that's the role. And it just changes. And it's also the soup of the combination of people. Like, Tommy Schlamme is a great director, won Emmys for West Wing, has done a couple pilots for me, helped me on a show called Invasion that was on for a while. And Tommy equates it to like putting together an orchestra where everybody is playing one instrument really, really well. And if you get the orchestra right, that's what a great cast is. It's also true of a writer's room, by the way. You want the person who's really adept at comedy and the person who's great with the procedural stuff, if that's the kind of show you're doing, or the emotional stuff. And that was the case with New Amsterdam. The writing staff was exquisite, and everybody had one superpower.
Well, let me ask you just one last question because I appreciate your time. You're touring, you're back on stage. It's been a long time. Now that you're going, wow, this is good. I'm enjoying this. What's the odds of you actually stepping in front of the camera?
Pretty slim, I think. I'll never say never because I didn't ever think I'd be doing this again. I mean, I was certain I was done. And it was my own, again, stupidity, frankly, because I couldn't figure out how could I possibly do this again? Wouldn't that be ridiculous? Some guy trying to be 20 who's 60. But I found a way to do it that, again, felt authentic to me now. And by the same token, I've been asked to act in a lot of things over the years. Like I was asked to do shows in Vegas when I was 30 or 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel right for me. But who knows? I mean, I'm on the stage now. I'm performing. So maybe. What I could see myself doing is a Broadway show. I did this musical called Blood Brothers with my brother David. He ran for 1.5 years on Broadway, mid-90s, last acting job. I loved it. And I was already writing. I didn't want to do it. I turned David down 2 or 3 times when he asked me to do it with him. I said, I have an office. I'm selling TV shows. Why would I don't want to be Robert Goulet. You know what I mean? It's like, I've made this very difficult transition. Why would I step back into that? But I realized there's no going back. People always say, you're making a comeback. No, I'm not making a comeback. I'm going forward. I'm doing something new. I've never done the show I'm doing now. Nothing close to it. So it's new. And so if I were to act again, I guess it would be new too. I don't know. We'll see.
There are a lot of people out there who would love to see you. And I would actually love to see you in front of the camera again. So who knows?
Like you said, I'd love to see your show.
Yeah.
Oh, in front of the camera. Well, we'll see.
And thank you again. And, good luck with everything and have a great time on the tour.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Well, that wraps up today's show. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Thanks for joining us. Special thanks to my 2 co-hosts, my good friend, professional comedian James John, and my law partner, Craig Lind. This show is sponsored by Kaufman Lind. If you or someone you know has been in an accident, contact us at 407-500-JEFF or 407-500-5333 for a free consultation, or visit us at whenyounneedus.com.